Hello, I'm Dr. Benita Rattan and this channel is dedicated to skincare for skin of colour. As you know, I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of colour. And what I love to do on the channel is to go through the inky list, so that's the ingredients at the back of lots of different brands, and to tell you whether or not they're suitable for our skin. Now with skin of colour, as you've heard me say many times before, one scratch, one bite or one burn and we hyperpigment. So we have to be a lot more careful with our skincare than Caucasians need to be. You can follow me, by the way, on Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic, at Skincare by Dr. V, and also on TikTok, which is Dr. Benita Rattan. I tend to ask you a lot of questions before I actually make my YouTube video content, so I know that I'm covering the brands and the products that you want me to cover. Now, today's video is a very special one because it's one that I'm pretty sure majority of you have tried before, and I myself am actually wearing right now, and that is Vaseline. I'm literally wearing this on my lips right now under my lipstick. So Vaseline is one of those standard drugstore brands that our grandparents have worn and our parents have worn, and is generational. Something that you'd put on your baby's bottoms, for example. So I thought, okay, let's do an in-depth analysis of Vaseline. Are all the products great for skin of color? Are 5% of them good for us? 10%, 15%? So I thought let's go through one by one and let you know which ones to buy and which ones to avoid. It's really important that you know at this point, I'm sure you already know, but none of my videos have ever been sponsored and none of my videos will ever be sponsored. This is purely evidence-based information specifically for skin of color so that you don't waste your money and you don't harm your skin. My aim is to have 0% burns in skin of color when it comes to skincare. If that sounds good to you, please give me a thumbs up. Let's dive right in. Okay, so starting off with the first product, which is Coca Radiant. Now the positives here are that they've got petrolatum, which is an occlusive, which is excellent. It means you get less transepidermal water loss, which means less evaporation of water from your skin into the environment, which dries your skin. So that's great. It's also got humectants in it. Humectants are water magnets. So here they're using glycerin as a water magnet. And all it does is it sits in the epidermis and it just draws water into the epidermis to give you nice plump skin. It's got emollients in it, so it's got dimethicone and cyclopentasiloxane. I love both of them. And the way emollients work is they just soften the edges of your skin cells, so your skin is smoother. So those three together are really the grounding for any good moisturizer. So the negatives, however, of this particular product is that they've got Theobroma cacao seed butter, which is 4 out of 5 on the comedogenic scale. I always say comedogenic, and I don't know why I say that. It's comedogenic scale. My dad was watching one of my videos. He was like, Nita, can you just say it properly? So I'm like, yes, we're going to say it properly. Comedogenic scale, which means that it's more likely to lead to breakouts. So I would definitely avoid this product if you've got oily, acne-prone skin. And then it's also got perfume and coumarin in it, which are both fragrances. And as you all know, fragrance is the #1 cause of contact dermatitis. This means that it often doesn't happen straight away. It often happens over years of use, and you have a delayed reaction and you think, hold on, why am I suddenly reacting to this thing? And it's because you've been sensitized over a long period of time. Also with fragrance, it's a co-sensitizer, so it sensitizes you to other ingredients in that product that you weren't originally sensitive to. So then you have issues with other products. So as you know, I'm not a fan of fragrance, and I've done a lot of research into fragrance, and the reason not me, I'm a cosmetic formulator, but in my laboratory you will not have a fragrance department. But the reason why cosmetic formulators use fragrance is because it's a great marketing tool. People feel like when something smells good or it smells like food, it's good for your skin. You literally think you're feeding your skin psychologically, and you almost believe that the cream is working before you've even seen any results. And so that's why when people put a cream on their hands, they go, oh, this is amazing. One of the reasons is how the texture is, but the second reason is how it smells. These two sensations combined lets you make an instant judgment about whether that cream is going to work or not, and whether you're going to repurchase that cream. And so of course it makes sense for any manufacturer to put fragrance into their product for this reason. However, if you are formulating to be genuinely good for the skin, then you will never use fragrance in your product. And unfortunately, 95% of the skincare you see on the shelves, in drugstores or online have fragrance in them. And if you want me to make a full video on fragrance, I'm very happy to do that. Just write that down below, please. Fragrance video required, because often, for example, here they've used coumarin, and you may not know that coumarin is a fragrance. They don't often say the word perfume or fragrance in it. So I can go through all the words to look for, but also the different levels of sensitivity that you can have to each of them if you want. So just write that down below and I'll do that for you. But on this particular product, I would avoid. Now, the next product is something that I'm sure a lot of you have actually purchased recently, and that is the Intensive Cream Hand Cream. So obviously a lot of us right now have a lot of alcohol sanitizing going on, and so it is literally tearing our skin apart. It is not good, even for children's hands. Like my poor daughter, and all your children are probably wearing a lot of hand sanitizer, but my daughter's always cutting her fingers and alcohol gets in and it's very painful, and so she goes to school, literally I put hand cream into her bag, and I'm sure a lot of you do the same thing. And this particular cream you would not want to put in that bag, and I'll tell you why. Well, let's start with the positives. So the positives are, the second ingredient here is glycerin, which is a great humectant, and it's the second ingredient, which means it's high up on the INCI list, which means that you have a higher percentage of it in the product itself. So I love that. It's got great emollients in it. It's got urea in it too, which is a good moisturizer, but it then comes out with a long list of skin sensitizers. It's got perfume, it's got butyl phenyl methylpropionol, it's got citronellol, coumarin, geraniol, it's got hexacinnamol, limonene, and linalool. So literally pretty much every single fragrance that you do not want to have on your hands would be on your hands. So in my work, I mean, I try not to be too mean about products, but this one is one to avoid, I would say. So sorry about that. Okay, the next product, I'm just going to tell you straight from the beginning, I love it. You need to buy it. Everyone needs to have it in their homes, and that is the Protecting Jelly. It's got 3 ingredients in it, very basic. It's got your petrolatum, BHT, and your tocopherol acetate, your vitamin E. I mean, it's great for a damaged skin barrier. There's winter coming and people are going to have damaged skin barriers, which means they're going to have a lot of water evaporating from their skin. The skin's going to become drier, irritants are going to get inside, and a vicious cycle takes place. What you actually want to do is to hydrate the skin and then top it up with this Protecting Jelly, which is just going to prevent any evaporation of the skin and prevent any irritants from getting into the skin. It also allows your skin to recover. In fact, I've done a whole video for you on damaged skin barrier. And I think it's very important to watch it if you're getting dry, flaky, sensitive skin, especially in the winter, because it's just a vicious cycle. If you don't get it under control, it's very bad for your skin. So I highly recommend you watch that video. But coming back to this product, this is a 100% buy it, definitely. Now, when it comes to their lip balms, I love the original Vaseline, not the flowery one. So they've got one, for example, Rosy Lip, which has got aroma and linalool in it. Your skin is the epidermis is very thin on your lips. That's the top layer of skin. Now, if you put something on there that is a sensitizer to the skin or leads to any sort of contact dermatitis on your skin, on your lips, where you are constantly licking and eating and irritants are touching, the lips actually become damaged much faster than anywhere else on your face. And so you have to be a lot more careful with that area. So please just buy the original Vaseline. I think a big mistake people make when they have chapped lips or dehydrated lips or irritated lips is that they buy these flavored lip balms. So even my daughter will say, oh mummy, you know, can I have the orange lip balm? And I had to explain to her how it leads to contact dermatitis and how it's not a good idea for her skin. And poor thing, she has to believe me because I'm her mum. But yeah, no, please just buy your children the original Vaseline lip balm. Okay, so the next product here is the Intensive Aloe Soothe. Now, here is a classic mismatch of marketing and what's actually in the product. So here it says, the marketing says, soothe and calm dry, irritated skin. It's meant for a damaged skin barrier. So automatically you're going to think, this is Vaseline, this is good for your skin, let me buy it. Now the positives here, they have got glycerin, they've got mineral oil, and they've got petrolatum. So these are all great, but they then went and added fragrance, which is an absolute no-no when you have a damaged skin barrier. Already, I don't want you wearing it when your skin is normal and healthy, let alone if it's dry and already irritated. So definitely avoid if you've got the damaged barrier, like you wouldn't pick this product up. And it's also got isopropyl myristate in it, which is 5 out of 5 on the comedogenic scale. So again, avoid if you have acne prone skin, because you don't want to clog up those pores further. So I was actually really surprised with my findings from Vaseline. I honestly thought I was going to go in and love everything because I always pick up their lip balm and I just assumed that it would be the same formulator who's made everything. But here there are different signatures for all these formulas. You can always tell actually who's made what, but whoever made the original Protecting Jelly and lip balm is not the same person who has made all these other products. So I hope you found today as interesting as I did, and I hope you use the products that are best for your skin. Please can you write down below which other brands you want me to review. Please don't forget to download your free guide which goes through all the ingredients that are best for skin of colour and which ones to avoid. And please just write down anything else you want from me. Thank you very much. I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single video.